Focus. In Camera Lucida, Roland Barthes introduces the concepts of studium and punctum in relation to photography. He calls the studium the, quote, application to a thing, taste for someone, a kind of general building. No, that's not what he said. Wait, what's happening? They don't know who she is. They won't understand this. I think we need to focus. The studium, according to Barthes, is, quote, a kind of general enthusiastic commitment, of course, but without special acuity. The punctum, on the other hand, arises out of the studium through disturbance. It is a, quote, accident which pricks me, unquote, that leads the individual to an awareness of Victoria's grapefruit that she occasionally brings to school. My middle school students in South Korea, these sometimes serious-faced children with bruised knees, silly costumes, and unkempt hair, who survived 326 of their peers who perished on the Sewol ferry in 2014. Shauna, focus. Barthes attributes photography to a kind of death, a, quote, a symbolic death, outside of religion, outside of ritual, a kind of abrupt dive into literal. The clouds above this church remind me of clouds I once saw, over a field, over a salt mine, over a mountain range, and over a lake. Some diffused sunsets, while others blocked my view of the 2017 solar eclipse. Clouds weren't the intended subject of these pictures, but they act now as the uniting sting, the thing that brings me into an awareness of something that's been repeating unconsciously. They take me back to that moment with my mother when they shielded us from the heat of the sun as we hiked along a focus. Photography is, quote, a kind of abrupt dive into literal death, unquote, an evidence of what has been. As we hiked along an obscure coastal path through abandoned fields, getting utterly lost, but having the time of our lives. We walked 15 miles that day, never intending to trek more than 5. Similar moments of being lost led us to vibrant gardens and placid lily ponds, to more things we never intended to encounter, but found anyway. Happy little accidents with my mother. In moments of focus, we see what's intended, what's coded. But when we allow our eyes to wander, we see what's within us, what our subjectivities cannot put into words. The awe, the happy, the painful, that which animates us to adventure, to unfocus.